How's everybody doing? So I did a quick little video a few minutes ago where I unboxed this particular knife that I've been waiting on for quite a while. And I had to stop it, family stuff. So I'm going to try to splice them together. Don't know if I'll be able to do that, but I wanted to share a few more thoughts on this knife. That video was super short. So yeah, this is the Kaviso Sharp by Design collaboration for the Mini Tempest. It has a flipper tab now option, which I really like. And it's got his standard detent, which I've talked about in quite a few of my other videos. You can hear that little click click. All right, man. I really dig that shipwreck. It's like a copper with a little bit of aqua. Nice hand rub satin S90V blade. This stuff out of the way here. So I'll just do a little size comparison with a few of my other Sharp by designs. I knew when I saw this knife I would want it. I have his Apex, which I've done videos on, and I've done some videos on the Mini Evo as well. And this knife kind of sits right in the middle as far as size goes. Let's see if I can do this here. Try to line them up. Line them up as best I can. So they're all relatively close. This is kind of the Goldilocks size as far as I'm concerned. I'd be happy with any one of these carrying them. None of them are cumbersome, and they're all really good knives to carry. The pocket clips on all of them work really well. They have good retention. But yeah, so that's kind of just a little quick size comparison. They do have some other variants on this particular knife. They've got like an 80s carbon fiber one, which I was kind of torn between getting that one or getting this one. And I saw pictures of this one, which is different than the original pictures. When they announced that they were in production. And when I saw the updated scales, I was like, oh yeah, those definitely look better than the original ones. So I went with the shipwreck and the titanium bead blasted. And most of his knives have this satin clip on it. So I'm really glad I went with this one though. It's a really good looking knife. Yeah. The carbon fiber one was tempting, and actually still is, but these are pretty pricey, so I won't be able to get two versions, I don't believe. So I had to pick one, and this was the one I picked. Now, I've seen people reverse flick this on videos, but yeah, I don't know. If you're going to reverse flick a Sharp by Design, this is the one to get. Probably this or the Void with this big flicking hole. So that's really nice, though. But this has a similar feel to it as the Mini Evo, just a little bit bigger. So if the Mini Evo is just not quite the right size for you, which it is a good size, but this is just a little bit more, Feels really nice. Super comfortable. Let's see how this compares to. So maybe a little bit wider than the Mini Evo. And it's definitely thinner than the Apex. Handles are all contoured, really nice, which is what you'd expect. Flipper tab is really nice. It's actually a little bit smaller than the Mini Evo flipper tab. And quite a bit smaller, actually. So if this one was a little big for you, well, there you go. And it's a little taller than the Apex one. All of them work really well. I don't have any complaints about any of the flipper tabs. And really, I don't have really any complaints about any of these knives. I've tried knives from various manufacturers and different companies, and I got to say that I haven't spent like, $700 or $800 on a knife before. This is actually the most expensive knife that I've ever purchased. And these were going for $4.25. So, as far as what you're getting for the value, for the money, I mean, I think it's a good value. You're getting a beautifully crafted knife with, perfect inlays, and just everything on it is, perfect centering. Almost can't even tell where the seams are. Yeah, very happy with this purchase. I mean, this thing's almost so good looking. I don't know if I want to carry it. No, I'll be carrying it. I can't help myself there. So super smooth. So I've got skiff bearings on order for this knife. Not 100% sure what I'm going to do yet. I'll probably put them in there. I put them in this one, and it's really nice. And I put them in the apex too. I've got them in both. So, why not go with the trifecta? Put it in all of them. But yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys today. I was super excited to get this knife. Probably the most excited I've ever been to get a knife. And not just because it's the most money I've ever spent on a knife, just because, I think it's one of the most well-designed knives that you can buy. And it's the nicest knife I've ever handled. I have a Wii knife that's really close as far as how it feels with the quality. I think Wii is another company that does some great work. But there's something about these Sharp Eye designs that, I just keep drawing me to them. My last video was on a concept knife, and it's a great knife, but it's not the same level of quality as these, in my opinion. I think these are a step above. So, yeah. Well, at any rate, I just wanted to share this awesome looking knife with you guys today. And they're still available as far as some other variants, but this particular variant is no longer available. Last time I checked, they had the carbon fiber ones, and then they had dark matter carbon fiber. They all have satin blades. There's no PVD or coated blades this run, but you can get it with a flipper tab or a front flipper, depending on, what your preferences are. I went for the flipper tab. I like flipper tabs. I thought I'd be able to flick this guy, but it's okay. I'm okay with it. I don't mind just having the flipper tab. I'm okay with it, especially when you're talking about a knife that looks like this and functions like this. It's got all the same stuff that all the other Sharp Eye design knives have, the nub and the steel lock bar insert. This one's S90V. Most of their older ones were M390 or their last runs, except for the Apex was the other one that they had in S90V. So, yeah. Well, I'm just going to stare at this thing for a little bit longer, but thank you all for joining me, and you guys have a wonderful day.